Race day was a day sent straight from heaven as the sky was clear blue and the largest ever World Superbike crowd at Laguna Seca jammed into the Californian circuit. With the world champion one of theirs and Bostrom fresh from his Mazzano win, the crowd was hungry for more. Colin Edwards was pushed back to the second row and faced a hard day as it seemed the Dunlop runners would have the upper hand. Points leader Bayliss was in the same situation, but it seemed Troy was less worried and more focused on maintaining his 47-point margin. Troy Corser was looking good again, starting from 3, and with strong lap times he would be a serious contender on one of his favourite tracks. Hodgson too loves the ups and downs of Laguna and was looking to add to his 1996 podium. While podium didn't exist in Ben Bostrom's mind in round 9, the only word he was interested in at Laguna was victory. Kaczynski is the only American rider to do the double here at Laguna Seca. Can it be Ben Bostrom today? Not by that start, that's for sure. There's almost contact off the line. The pole man has gone backwards, and it's Hodgson who got the start. Look at Bayliss as well. He's in there. Corser swoops to the outside into the Andretti hairpin, but it's Neil Hodgson leads the way from Aprilia's Corser. Bayliss is through on the inside. Corser has drifted wide. Eric Bostrom, the privateer, on 32. Keen and aggressive from the start. Tries to jam it on the inside of Corser. Can't quite do it.
Fantastic start from the 100 machine of Neil Hodgson there. He managed to kick the front wheel down, just fed that clutch in nicely, and it's a tough job getting these bikes off the line. Relatively low first gear here at this circuit, but Hodgson is away as they come round to start going up the hill.
We ride now with Eric Bostrom. Here we go, down the main straight. Let's have a listen to this big Kawasaki.
And there you see the lap timer on the right-hand side. How many laps to go on the left side as he comes over the start and finish line. This bike does an half ring out, singing its way round to 15,000 RPM.
Chasing, trying to get through on something on Corser. Bayliss has gone wide, Corser is through. The Aprilia moves up to second position. Here is Ben Bostrom now. He has got past on Kawasaki's Akira Yanagawa, and Edwards waiting to do something as well. I can tell you that in that last lap, Bostrom on the inside on his brother, can't do it. The last lap round, Hodgson put 0.8 of a second on the rest of the field.
Watch Bostrom on the 155 bike. He's got up the inside but didn't quite manage it for sure. His bike is quicker and he tries down the inside of the corkscrew and he gets through.
Oh, contact up there. Edwards has hit Yanagawa. Yanagawa went through the dirt and he's down. Oh no, that's Keeley who's come into contact with him. Well, we know that Akira Yanagawa has had a major accident at the corkscrew before, but that's not a major one, but it's affected Keeley more than Yanagawa. Frankie is hurt. Race leader Hodgson goes through, and I can tell you that Corser has taken 0.3 of a second out of Neil Hodgson in that previous lap.
Yep, Troy Corser puts the fastest lap of the race in now, 26.232, and is homing in. So he's broken away from third place man. And there's action again as this time Ben Bostrom gets through on his brother. Clean move down the inside at the top of the corkscrew. Well, it is early days in this race, but Ben Bostrom will already know. He can see that gap in front of him getting bigger and bigger. He needs to get through if he wants to make an attack for the lead of this race, with Hodgson now around 3 seconds in front for that matter. He's got to get past. If he's going to be going the pace, he needs to pass Bayliss on the 21 Ducati.
Previous race fastest lap holder was Neil Hodgson. It's now Troy Corser, a 1:26.2. They're about a second off Anthony Gobert's existing lap record of a 1:25.1, and this is a very exciting battle starting to shape up here. Ducati versus Ducati, Bostrom versus Bayliss. Through turn 6 yet again, they climb the hill. Incredibly steep section of this Laguna Seca circuit, over the breast of the hill, and the front end gets light, and they go hard on the brakes, back down to first gear. Look at this, inside move again. Thank you very much. Same move as he put on his brother. Ben Bostrom is now up into the top 3. Bike 10 there, if it looks a little foreign to you, that is Doug Chandler, the second of only 2 wildcard riders here, teammate to Eric Bostrom. The veteran American rider is currently in 10th on bike number 10.
And a massive battle here, isn't it, with Zalsham, Monocada, Chandler really having a battle down the field. Up front still, it's still that gap, 1.69, so I think he's stretched it away a bit.
Taddy squeezes through on Stefan Chambon, nice move. Taddy hasn't ridden here in something like 7 years. The last time the Japanese ace raced here was on a 250 Grand Prix bike back in 1994. And he said, basically, I'd totally forgotten the circuit. He said it's taken me a while to get used to it again, and especially on one of these VTR SP2 machines. He said, but I'm getting used to it slowly. And on the back of that group is young James Toseland, who had his career best qualifying yesterday, did exceptionally well in the Superpole. Young James knows this circuit from his World Supersport days, and he's now starting to mount a challenge on Aprilia's Regis Laconi.
Must be enjoying mixing it with these guys, really picking up a lot of experience riding the Superbikes this year. Rode last year in the British Superbike Championship on a fairly uncompetitive SP1 or a kitted SP1 Honda. And then had that nasty injury at Cadwell Park, broke his eye, and Laconi getting that to Aprilia all taily as he comes out of there. It was spinning up quite a lot, really laid a big black line there. Toseland will have seen that going on, and does he go down the inside? Yep, he does. James Toseland whacks it down the inside of Regis Laconi on the number 55 Aprilia. Can he keep it out the corner though? He gets a good drive out of there. Laconi switches to the inside, down over the start and finish straight into turn one. Laconi has the inside, but how late can Toseland be on the brakes? Late enough, he's got it.
Over the top of the corkscrew, through they go. The top three bikes, all Dunlop machines. Ducati, Aprilia in the second, Ducati, GSE, the Virgilio Aprilia course has had a moment. Stefan Chambon has stopped on the side of the track, perhaps mechanical troubles there. So not a very successful race for the Team Suzuki outfit. So Corsa, is he running into tyre problems? And look at Ben Bostrom. The last lap, he's done his race best lap at 26.2. It's a two-bike battle. It's about to become a three-bike battle. As they come across the line, 10 laps to go. This is where the action is. First, second and third. Hodgson, Corsa and Bostrom. Colin Edwards running off at the corkscrew. Now this is quite a similar incident to what happened between he and Akira Yanagawa. The difference is Edwards was able to continue.
Yeah, he just ran in there a little too hot. Whether he's got some brake problems, I don't know. Has close stuff there. Bostrom had a look as a car, and he's had a big look this time down the inside. Ben Bostrom goes through into second place. We've seen him do it on other riders, but wow, he just stuck it down the inside of the number 3 Aprilia there.
Here's Bostrom. Looked about it, thought about it, but couldn't quite execute it.
Well, I have to say Bostrom's looking rather desperate now, trying to get past Hodgson. He's trying every which way, down the inside, round the outside. Nearly made a big mistake at the top of the corkscrew. Maybe Troy Corsa's thinking, you know, he's been around a long while. He's going to let these two battle it out and see what goes on. He's saving his tyres a bit, still a long way to go. Lap 21 of 28 at the moment. As they come round to the left-hander again, turn 5 and start climbing the hill. As they go over the top of the hill, as they've come out of turn 6 up towards the corkscrew, these guys will have to dab the rear brake to keep the front end down rather than shut the throttle. And what's going on there? A bit of waving going on. I don't know if Neil Hodgson was trying to take a tear off or something like that, but his hand was off the handlebar. Now, as they come over the top of the hill up here, dabbing the brake to stop the front wheel coming up too much. He said it's a more efficient way of keeping it down than shutting the throttle.
And Hodgson's run wide. Look at that. What a move. Bostrom through. He seized the opportunity. Great work. Hodgson made a mistake. Is he running into some problems? Perhaps that what we saw several corners back when he was wavering or his hand came off the handlebar for some reason. But Bostrom is your race leader. The pole man is at the front of the pack. Hodgson now second, Corsa third. When they come across the line, there'll be 6 laps to go.
Yeah, now Neil Hodgson just ran in a little too hot. Look how wide he went there. Does he have some brake problems or something? It could be that his hand was coming off the handlebar to try to adjust the front brake. You can do it with your left hand. There's a little cable that goes across. Has he got a brake problem? We'll wait to see. Troy Corsa now down the inside. No, he can't quite make it into turn 2. There's your championship leader, Troy Bayliss on the 21 Ducati, and he is now 16.5 seconds behind the leader. And
more points in the bag. This will be yet another points result. Troy has scored points in every single. This is the 16th race of the year, and he has scored points 16 times.
Final lap now. There it is. Number 155, Ben Bostrom. He now enjoys over 3 seconds lap as a gap advantage over Neil Hodgson, and Hodgson has stretched out a second on Troy Corsa. So unless somebody makes a big mistake on this final lap, that looks to be the result. The World Championship is just a little too far out of reach unless something drastic happens to Troy Bayliss. We don't wish that upon him, that's for sure. It's a little bit too far out of reach for Ben Bostrom this year. His goal, a bit of a wheelie, and he's waving to the crowd as he comes through the corkscrew. There's a huge crowd underneath the trees there. You can't quite see it on the camera shot. But his aim is to finish in the top 3. He's been an American dirt track champion. He's been the AMA Superbike champion. And he is now a genuine
world level rider in this Superbike category. What a marvellous comeback after quite a poor start by Ben Bostrom, but up on the back wheel. He's had 2 wins in succession. Race 2 at Misano, race 1 at Laguna Seca. The American does it in fine style on the back wheel, and he left the others 1.3 seconds in his wake. The win marked Ben Bostrom's 2nd consecutive victory after taking race 2 at Misano, and to add to the American's fine efforts was also Ducati's 4th straight race win. Neil Hodgson's brilliant ride to 2nd helped wash away the bitter memories of a certain podium at Misano.